So boys and girls, it's story time. Today we're going to have a tale that has passed down from generation to generation. It is a tale of the old dragon bones. So get your popcorn ready, get comfy, and we're about to start this journey. Welcome back to Old Fashioned Ways Plus Plus. Today is a very special day. I will be doing a review on my first sample sent to me by a distillery. But it does get better.
You say shit, that grip that better than McDonald's.
I decided to put this up against another bottle from the same distillery. Let me explain. So originally, I bought this Old Dragon Bones Colibre bottle and was planning to do a review on it. I bought this from Story Time Distillery and was super excited because of how much AJ and Ryan from those bourbon guys kept talking about how great these picks are. I always had the plan to review this bottle, but then Shane from Story Time reached out to me. It was funny because I had just released a video that mentioned AJ and Ryan and Story Time. I thought he might be calling me on this because I did mention that those bourbon guys might be associated with them. So I gave Shane a call back, but it had nothing to do with that. We hit it off and talked for over 30 minutes about whiskey, life, and just different things. It was pretty cool. And he did offer me this sample of the new release of the Old Dragon Bones. So for transparency, I did get this sample for free, but I'm gonna give a true and honest opinion. Plus, Shane insisted on this when we did talk.
This is the way.
One more thing I want to share about Shane and Storytime Distillery before we get into this blind. I saw an interview with Shane even before I joined and bought any bottles from them. It was this interview that convinced me to try them out. Shane was talking about being at a distillery for a barrel pick and not finding anything outstanding, so he was going to walk away without buying any of the barrels. Who does this? I know if I was there, I'd be so excited. I'd be trying to buy all 3 barrels that they let me sample till my wife gave me that look, you know. I asked him about this, and he told me he has done this on multiple occasions because he does not want to pick anything that is not unique and amazing. Does not want to pick something that is the same as everything else on the shelf. Even on their homepage it states, "We aim to provide our community with amazing whiskey, both accessible and affordable, and an even more amazing experience." So let's talk about these. Old Bone labels are reserved for whiskey that is aged more than 10 years with a truly great and memorable experience. I'm gonna pour some of these out and set them aside as we start talking about the information on the bottles.
What are you doing?
So I just poured these up. I'm gonna mix them up a little bit without paying attention, and then I'm gonna set them aside. We can do these blind. A little bit of information about these bottles. Old Dragon Bones Colibre. It's a single barrel rye whiskey, 18 years old, finished in Oloroso sherry. Mash bill is 39% corn, 53% rye, and 8% malted barley. It is 68.2% ABV, which is 136.4 proof. Bottled by Backbone Bourbon. My bottle number is 68 out of 104, and the MSRP on this is $129.99. This Old Dragon Bones, that they call Aida Wedu, is a 70-year-old Canadian rye whiskey, finished in Barbados rum cask for 3 months. Mash bill is also 39% corn, 53% rye, 8% malted barley. Comes in at 63.75 ABV at 127.5 proof. Also bottled by Backbone Bourbon. It's a sample bottle, so this is free, but if you buy their bottle online, it's $129.99. So before we get into tasting these, we're getting super close to that 1,000 subs. So in case you haven't heard, I'll be doing a fun giveaway once I do. We're gonna be giving away 1, 2, 3. We're gonna give away all 3 EH Taylors to one lucky winner. So once I hit that 1,000 subs, we'll be doing that, so make sure to subscribe so you have a chance to win.
Winner chicken dinner.
Also, in the comments below, have you tried any 17 or 18-year-old rye whiskeys? If so, let me know. I'll be doing a side-by-side comparison blind and use my standard scoring review, reviewing scoring 1 through 10 on aroma, flavors, complexity, mouthfeel, finish, and would I buy again. Of course, because I'm doing a review, I will be giving away some samples, so make sure to watch to see how you can win yourself some samples of this. Let's get started.
Let's do this.
All right, so let's just mix these up a little bit more. I, at this point, don't know which one's which. Usually my wife does this for me, but she's out of town already. Miss you, wife. So here we go. Let's start with the left one. Let's go for aroma on this. Ooh. Smells very so most of the time with the rye, I'm expecting to have a very like spicy note when it hits my nose, but this one doesn't. It actually smells a little sweet. It smells a little candied. Kind of like a bread. So I'm liking the way this one smells. On aroma for this one, I'm gonna give it a 7. Let's go on for the nose on the second one here. Ooh, so a lot stronger aroma than the first one. This hits you a little bit with that spicy that I was thinking about.
It's spicy.
So this one does have a little bit of a musky smell to it. It is kind of reminding me of something else I've had, so I'm not gonna guess right now. You know, I'm not like your drinking buddy where I'm good at that part of it.
From a certain point of view.
So I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. So on this one, I'm gonna give it a nose of a 6. All right, the fun part begins. Let's go on for flavors, that initial taste. So this first one here. Wow. Lots of flavor up front. Hits you pretty quickly. Goes through. Already feel a Kentucky hug. It did dry the tip of my tongue a tiny bit, but not a lot. A lot of flavor still on the mid palate. Does taste like a rye. Some spicy note to it. A little bit of sweetness. So for initial taste on this, I'm gonna give it a 7. To be fair, let's rinse out my mouth between. This one has a lot more flavor from front to back. It's sweeter, has like a honey note to it. So you get that little bit of spiciness that you get with rice. But oddly, both these rice are not hitting me with a lot of spice like rye normally does. It is sweeter, almost like a honey, almost like like when you get those breads and you put that honey butter on it, it's kind of like that. So for this one, actually, I'm gonna give my initial taste an 8. Let's look at complexity. How does this evolve on the tongue? It's funny. After tasting it the second time, and I think if I would have guessed my nosing, I think I'm wrong. Now I'm thinking it's reversed.
Reversed.
So if I were to take a guess, I would think this one is the small sample finish of the rum cask because I'm getting that tastes familiar to me. And we'll talk about that again later. But this is good. Now that I've had that second one, it does evolve on the tongue very well. Goes from the front to the back, a nice Kentucky hug with this one. The covers from the front to the back, it's very complex. Has a lot of good complexity. Goes through like a cycle of different flavors with the spiciness, the kind of a little bit of sweetness in it, but very good. So for complexity, I'm gonna give this one an 8. Let's go with complexity on the second one here. A lot more coming through with this one. That's pretty crazy.
So crazy.
Crazy.
I'm liking this one a lot. So very complex, goes from the front to the back, has that honey, has that sweetness, but has more of a caramel taste. I'm now tasting the oakiness that you get with some aging. So that oakiness, I think it's that darkness that gives you kind of that dark caramel, almost like a little bit of a burnt caramel taste on the tongue that goes to a sweetness like a honey. Ooh, very good, very good. So far, I'm gonna give that one an 8 as well. Let's go back and go over mouthfeel. I'm gonna rinse out between these two. I'm gonna tell you, both of the mouthfeels on this are very, very good. I like just how they just stick. The thickness, the viscosity on both of these. They both stay on the tongue. They both coat the inside of the mouth.
That's what she said.
Mouthfeel on this, nice flavor still there, tasting it all the way through from the front to the back. Nice Kentucky hug, or oh no, they're Canadian, right? Nice Canadian hug. Nice Canadian hug. Hey, for mouthfeel, I'm gonna give it an 8. Let's go in for the mouthfeel on this one. Wow, both of these are just great. They're great pours. I'm enjoying both of them a lot. Nice thick mouthfeel.
That's what she said.
That's my joke. Damn it, Dwight.
Coat from the front to the back. Not as much of a Canadian hug as this one, but you do have nice coating of the mouth. Nice viscosity in the mouth. It covers my whole tongue from front to back and even the insides of my cheeks. So I'm also going to give this one an 8. Now we're going in for the finish. How well does it stay? How well does it finish? Honestly, from beginning to end, these both have stayed in there. I mean, I wasn't gonna rinse between, I wasn't gonna cleanse my palate between each one, just keep going. But I felt like I had to because As I was moving on to the next one, I didn't know if it gave it a fair, I thought it'd give it an unfair advantage by not rinsing off, because it does finish, it does stay for a while. I mean, I'm still tasting that. It's still there. It's still strong. It's not fading pretty quickly. So that viscosity helps because it stays there. And I taste it from front to back. So the finish on this is, I'm also gonna give it an 8. And even that little rinse, I don't know how much that's helping me because I still have some of the flavor from this. But here we go. Great finish, great oakiness, great caramel. The taste just stays and stays and stays. You do get, with that oakiness that I get more out of this one, I do get a little bit of a bitter taste at the end from the oakiness, but I actually don't mind oakiness. I like that taste. It works really well for me, so.
It's crazy.
I think I'm gonna have to give this one an 8 as well. I mean, that finish just stays and stays. It's still there. It's funny because it made me think of, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
Mr. Toad, how many licks of you does it take to get to the center of a Rhode Island state prison?
And you know, it just keeps on going and going. I still have that flavor there, so great stuff. Last question. Would I buy again? What was the MSRP? I think it was $129.99 on both of these.
That is correct.
Both are just great pours. Both of these I could sit down, drink, and as I said, every once in a while I enjoy a cigar. I think I can actually enjoy a cigar with this. I plan to have one tomorrow night, and I think I'm gonna pull this out and pour this out and do that. Would I buy again for that price? Where else can you buy a 17, 18-year-old for $129? I don't know where. So definitely both of these, 9 out of 10. Okay, so I just added up the scores. Made me laugh. If you're counting and adding up your own scores while doing this, both of them are 47 out of 60. They tied. Both of them 47 out of 60. Both of them great pours. Both of them I would buy again. Amazing. So I do like these a lot. I'm glad I joined. I'm glad I will continue to buy from them. But let's talk a little bit about these now. This Old Dragon Bones Culibre, it's sold out. So sorry, you wanted a bottle of it, can't get it. But however, this Old Dragon Bones Eye that we do, this one is on sale now. Now, for complete transparency, I want to make sure I'm clear about this. I am a member of the Authors Guild, which allows me to only purchase barrel picks. I am not associated with them. If you decide to join or buy anything from them, I don't get anything for it.
Zero! Zip nothing!
I'm just reviewing these and you make that decision for yourself. But just to let you know, just because I got the sample doesn't mean I was hyping it up. I gave you my honest opinion on it and I think it's good. Well, no, I gave you my honest opinion on it and I think it's great.
Great. It was great.
You do what you think is best for you, but just know, I'm not promoting them because I got this. I was doing a review on this one anyways, and so that's where we're at. Both of them are very good, and this one just edged out this one a tiny bit, even though my scores show a tie, right? But if I had to choose one over the other, this one just edged it out. Let's see which one is actually the winner. The winner for me was this one, which is 1. The pour that I did in number 1 was the Old Dragon Bones, the first one, the Culibre. But as I said, they're very neck and neck. I was worried about this one. And the reason I was worried about this one is because it's finished in rum cask. Now, my only other one that I've ever finished in rum cask is the Master's Keep Voyage. I did a review on that one recently, and I wasn't that impressed with it. Now, if you haven't seen that, I will leave a link for it right here. When I saw that this one was a rum cask finish, I was worried. But man, this one has so much more flavor. This one hits my palate. This is a rum cask finish that does hit my palate, so it is possible.
It's possible.
Now, let's talk, how can you win a sample? So I need to take this moment to first say, it's gonna take me a moment to get samples out. Why? Because I have this nice big bottle, but I only have this sample bottle, right? And I wanna make it fair. I wanna give out 5 1-ounce pours. And I don't know if I have 5 ounces in here. I might. I mean, it's close, right? But I did purchase a bottle of this with my own money, and it will be coming out soon. I'm not sure what the date is, but it will be coming out soon. If I figure out what the date is, I'll put it here at the bottom. So when I do that, I will send out samples of both of these. However, I will still pick a winner 1 week from today. 1 week from when this video comes out, I will still pick a winner even if it takes longer to get you the samples. How can you win? Simple. First, click on the like button. It's not hard to do and it helps me out a lot. It helps put it out into the YouTube algorithm and makes it, so that people find me. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to hit that 1,000 subs, Comment below using Old Dragon Bones and talk about which rye whiskey is your favorite. Have you ever had a rye whiskey that's 17 or 18 years old? If so, talk about that. Let me know about it. Plus, if you can, please share this video. I know when you share, that helps a lot as well. So if you can, share. Not a requirement, just a favor. Once again, thank you for joining me on another journey down my whiskey rabbit hole. Till the next journey, my friends, cheers.